Hey guys, what's up? It's Crim, and today I've got a short video for you about how to use Ashvane's Razor Coral. Now, why in the hell am I doing a video about a trinket from last tier? Well, Eternal Palace was an extremely wild tier when it came to trinkets, and Ashvane's Razor Coral is still one of the best trinkets currently in the game for melee DPS. For example, the trinket from Ashara's Font of Power, is still almost mandatory for fire mages. And the number 1 mythic plus tank Andy Brew uses the Bloodthirsty Urchin that also drops from Lady Ashvane on a regular basis still. So how does Ashvane's Razor Coral work exactly? When you use the trinket, it will apply a debuff to your target and deal a little bit of damage. Any subsequent abilities or attacks you make against the target afterwards have a high chance of adding another stack to the debuff and also dealing the damage again. When you use the trinket again or the target dies, and that's important in AoE, you get crit rating based on the amount of stacks the target had at the time. So this video will be a short guide on how to use this super strong trinket in single target and AoE. Using Coral on single target is fairly straightforward. You apply the debuff to your target as soon as you can and then let it stack up for a while. You extract it again when you compare it with one of your big cooldowns. Think here for example Vendetta or Metamorphosis. Really any big ability that you have that either makes you attack faster, deal more damage or empowers your abilities. Alternatively, if you haven't got any of those and you are playing the Dribbling Inkpot trinket, another one from Eternal Palace, you can use your Coral at 31% of the target's health to try and force a crit. If neither of those apply, just extract your Coral right at the end of the fight in the last 20 seconds for a big burst of crit. Always try to be mindful of how much crit rating your Coral is approximately going to give you, because you don't want to overcap on crit. Once you add multiple targets into the mix, Coral really starts to shine. So you're thinking here any AoE type situation like Mythic Plus or a boss fight with multiple targets. As I mentioned before, when the target dies, you get given all of the crits that you would normally if you had used the trinket. However, if the target dies, it does not incur the trinket cooldown. This then allows you to effectively double dip, as you can reapply the debuff to a different target while still having the crit buff, drastically increasing the uptime. Now this leaves us with multiple options of using this trinket in an AoE situation, and the first among those is applying the debuff to the target that you think will die closest to 20 seconds from the point of applying the debuff. This will allow you to stack up the debuff, and once the target dies, reapply the debuff somewhere else while you're still rolling in that sweet crit buff. You want to be mindful here not to reapply the debuff to a target that will die in under 20 seconds though, because the new crit buff will overwrite the old one regardless of whether it's weaker or stronger. Alternatively, pop the debuff on a target that you think will live for a long time, the entirety of the pack, and then roll the crit buff into the next pack. The awakened bosses that we get in dungeons this season are a good example of this. You can stack the debuff up really high, and when they die you get the crit buff and you exit the portal straight into a new pack. So why then, if this trinket is so strong, do we never see it in the likes of the NDI or World First Key Pushing? And I think the answer to this is relatively simple. The convenience of not having to think about this trinket far outweighs the benefit of the couple extra % of DPS you're going to get. So whether or not you should use this trinket in your Mythic Plus or in your boss fights is entirely up to you. The opportunity for extra damage is there, but don't let it go at the cost of survivability. And with that, we've reached the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Comment if you have any questions or remarks on this video, and catch me on my stream on twitch.tv/crimwow. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.